Hollywood taught us how to dream in fire, painting us masterpieces of beautiful destruction. But they never warned us about the truth. In the real world, the apocalypse doesn't arrive with a symphony. It arrives in silence, followed by the sound of reality itself being torn apart. So we ask a simple question. Which power is greater? The one we design for the screen? The cinematic ritual always begins with a promise. A moment of pure rebellion, where the laws of gravity are temporarily suspended for our amusement. And the grand finale, a signature written in flames. This is the painter's brush. In this world, the director is a god, and the set is their universe to command. Every projectile is a loyal servant, flying a path that has been preordained. A percussive note in a grand symphony of destruction. Time itself bends to the will of the hero, stretching to accommodate the impossible. The explosions are a chain of falling dominoes. It is a choreographed ballet of light and sound. The secret to this magic has a name. It is the language of gasoline and gunpowder. The hero can stand and watch his work. A master of a universe he can control. The ticking clock is a courtesy. But the laws of physics offer no such kindness. They grant no final countdown. One seeks to capture an emotion, the other seeks only to capture the truth. In the cinematic dream, even the shrapnel is a graceful dancer in a slow-motion waltz. In the machine's nightmare, they are a swarm of invisible needles. Hollywood gives us a monster we can see, a beast of fire that can be dodged. Reality gives us a ghost. The myth of cinema is a beautiful, fragile thing. But when the film burns away, a new prophet emerges. This is not a battle between good and evil. It is a confrontation between the freedom of imagination and the tyranny of mathematics. We return to the most iconic legend of them all, the heroic walk away. The machine does not see a hero, it sees only variables. Be first. The second variable, the source code of destruction. And so, the simulation begins. Not with a bloom of fire, but with a silent. In a millionth of a second, a star is born on Earth, its only purpose to expand. From this birth, a monster is unleashed. This is the first killer, the shockwave. It doesn't push, it crushes. The machine visualizes what the eye cannot see. The immediate result is not a heroic stumble. But this invisible beast is not alone. It brings with it a storm of daggers. The second killer, fragmentation, the solid world. The machine calculates a terrible truth. They are 1,000 spears thrown in a single instant. Against this velocity, solid steel is no longer a shield. Hollywood gives you a target to dodge. Reality gives you a cloud to be devoured by. And only now, after the silent killers have passed, the third killer, heat, the most visible, but the last to the party. The machine reveals the sequence. First comes the crush, then the cut. So, can our hero, a creature of flesh and bone? The machine delivers its verdict without bias or emotion. Let us change the scenario. We will give our subject a suit of armor. A threat that is not born of fiction. The armor may hold against the shrapnel, but it cannot hold against physics itself. The machine reveals that the pressure wave does not stop at the gates. Even inside a fortress of steel, you are still a subject in the kingdom of unforgiving physics. We return to this haunting silence, a visual message that outruns its own sound. The AI initiates a cosmic race between the two messengers of a single event. The messenger of light is a god, crossing the distance in an instant. The messenger of sound is immortal, forced to walk the entire, lonely path. Hollywood takes its stage to another realm, the deep. But the AI imagines a far more violent birth, not a bubble of air. Because water cannot be compressed like air. To a submarine's hull, it is not a wave. We have seen the difference. Now, let us understand the cause. Gasoline is the artist's paint. It creates a beautiful C4 is the surgeon's scalpel, a detonation so fast. One is a performance of light. The other is a pure and Anfo is the brute's hammer. Its power is not to shatter. Its power is to move the unmovable. Each explosive has a signature, a unique way of rewriting a single moment in time. So why does Hollywood choose the artist's paint over the surgeon's scalpel? The first reason, safety. It is far easier to tame a fire than it is to negotiate with a shockwave. They build a perfect illusion of danger. The second reason, aesthetics. A real explosion is a flash of lightning. And the final reason, drama. In film, the explosion must serve the story. It is a punctuation mark, a symbol of victory. The AI, however, is not a storyteller. It is a historian of a single. The scientist does not seek drama. They seek pure, uncorrupted data. Every millisecond is a chapter. This understanding is not for entertainment. They learn not just to witness power, but to build shields that can defy it. One tells a story of what could be. One was made to inspire our dreams. The other was made to inform our reality. But we must respect the brutal, elegant truth of the science. One represents perfect narrative control. The other represents absolute mathematical chaos. The truth, perhaps, lies in the bridge between them. Cinema searches for a hero. We search for the truth behind the power they wield. Our journey into the heart of the world's most destructive moments has only just begun. But the most terrifying stories are not fiction. A single ship, a ghost from the past, carrying a doomsday prophecy in its hold. It began not with a declaration of war. Next time, we reconstruct the day a city was erased from time. A story written in thunder.